Hi, welcome to another video. I'm Sean and today we're going to be looking at Wraith and Pathfinder. Let's zipline into it. I feel me and Wraith share quite a few similarities. We both love the way purple and black go together, both have incredibly shady pasts, and we both have the ability to open rifts in the fabric of reality. Well, one of those is a lie, but I won't tell you which. Having woken up in an IMC detention facility for the mentally ill with no knowledge of herself, her past, or her movements to that point, Wraith's goal is simply finding out about her existence. This was complicated further by a distant voice she began hearing in her mind that nearly drove her insane, but one that she has now learned to trust over time. Determined to find out more about her past, Wraith takes part in the Apex Games, which are conveniently being held close to the research facilities she believes she was held in. Will she find out her past? She is getting closer all the time. It's never easy to describe the voices in your head. Trust me, I've tried. But for Wraith and her passive ability, Voices from the Void, it can be best described as having a backseat gamer with you that actually knows what they're talking about, if you can believe it. The voice will automatically tell you information relating to enemy activities.
Someone's got a shot on me, pretty sure.
This includes enemies aiming at you, enemies in the vicinity, and even highlight specifics such as Caustic's gas traps. This doesn't do anything to mitigate damage taken, but it does provide an early warning system to assist you from a defensive standpoint. Enemies lining you up from afar with a sniper want you to stand still to make for an easy target, but hearing the warning prompt means you know to do a little jig, or find a safe place to hide. Yeah, do that one. You'll also be given a button prompt to inform your teammates when these occur. Heading into a new location with your entire squad knowing enemies are nearby instantly puts you on the front foot and can be invaluable to avoid unexpected encounters.
A shooter, move.
Wraith ripping open holes to other dimensions at will has to come in useful at some point, and her tactical ability Into the Void is possibly the strongest part of her toolkit. Hitting LB on Xbox, L1 on PlayStation, or Q on PC sends Wraith into a void run where she can take no damage, becomes mostly invisible, and can move faster for a short period of time. This is key to making Wraith such a mobile character, as it can be used to safely and effectively close distances on opponents, whilst also offering a huge number of defensive benefits. Enemies aggressing from a distance can be quickly fooled by using Into the Void to dart round a corner out of sight or quickly flank. If attacking, it's best to be fairly direct here, as the ability won't be quite long enough for you to lap the opponent, have a cup of tea, and take a selfie before taking the opponent out. Wraith will leave a distinctive shimmering trail behind her, so attentive opponents will know the rough direction you are heading. You should be ready to turn and face an opponent as soon as the ability starts cooldown. Defensively, Into the Void is perfect for escaping danger. Shots that come from nowhere can be terrifying, so activate your ability and get behind cover to reassess. Often opponents who damage you will want to finish the job, so when you escape, use your turn to either gain a positional advantage for when they approach, or get the hell out of dodge. Cooldown is only 20 seconds as well, meaning in a team fight you can often get 2 uses of Into the Void. Combining the above has worked best for me by luring an attacker to my team, engaging, and then using it once again to help finish them off once they are preoccupied. Pesky maps with their distances and walls and enemies on the other side you can't get to. Wouldn't it be nice to just negate all that and travel through an interdimensional portal right to them? Certainly would make the weekly shop quicker. Wraith's ultimate allows her to open 2 connected portals that last for a full minute, through which her entire team can travel back and forth. As you can imagine, this has a huge number of useful possibilities. As only Wraith needs to travel to set up the portal, your team can be engaging another squad whilst you flank to a stronger position with your portal. Cue your team suddenly disappearing from one spot and appearing right next to your opponents. Similarly, this can be used when you don't fancy a fight and just want to escape. Your team provides covering fire, you provide the rift. There is really no limit on the benefits. Pick up your teammates' banners and open a rift right next to a beacon, giving you the quick revive, and them the quick return to safety. Ring closing in quickly? No worries, just open a rift and have your team utilize the power of space and time to reach safety. Wonderful! Or even set up a trap to bait your enemies. Plot a rift, engage enemies and jump in. Then if the enemy follows, you can be waiting for them with caustics, gas traps and a handful of thermite grenades. And as an added bonus, why not combine Dimensional Rift with Into the Void so you can place portals faster and in relative safety? I mean, look at her go! Like I say, a lot of Wraith's abilities require teamwork to reach full potential. Communicating messages to your team about when to travel through portals, who is around and where, makes you the perfect scout. This often means you would either choose Wraith or Bloodhound for your squad, but you can never have too much tracking in Apex Legends. Legends with AoE ultimates also get the benefit of Wraith's ultimate. Bangalore and Gibraltar can both jump through the rift, throw their ultimate at the feet of the enemy and jump straight back to safety. Easy peasy. Even simple tricks like rifting away from the action to use Lifeline's ultimate in safety before rifting back becomes the difference between winning and losing. So what's better than an interdimensional portal? Well, it's a zipline, of course. Let's have a look at Pathfinder. Similar to Wraith, Pathfinder's story is one of confusion surrounding his past and creation. Built as an MRVN, Mobile Robotic Versatile Entity, for scouting and surveying, Pathfinder never knew who his creator was, yet remains determined to find out. He participates in the Apex games for attention, fun, and the hope said creator will one day recognize him. That, and to practice his slightly questionable social awareness on other legends.
You don't know where my creator is, do you?
Knowledge is power. I mean, the Kraber is maybe more powerful, but you get my point. Pathfinder's passive is very unique to Apex in several ways. One being that it is the only one to use environmental triggers, and another being that it, while passive, still needs to be activated. By heading to locations on the map with survey beacons, Pathfinder can plug himself in and reveal the location of the next ring to the squad. This appears as a green outline, with the current next ring remaining grey. This is hugely useful for squads that like to dig their heels into one location and need to know the best place to do it. This can be further useful if the ring that is revealed also has another beacon that can be activated, leaving you with knowledge Pathfinderless squads must go without. Remember the zipline? Well, here it is. Grappling Hook acts as a Pathfinder's personal mobility tool, allowing him to reach tricky and even out of reach locations. With only a 14-second cooldown, Grappling Hook can be used pretty much at will in combat and for general travel. Gravity doesn't impact on the speed or reach of the grapple, meaning it becomes most useful for vertical climbs. Feeling a little too lazy to use those stairs? Just grapple up that cliff. Want to get on the roof of that building without all the climbing? Grapple time! In terms of out-of-reach locations, little nooks and crannies found in the less built-up areas of the map can serve as fantastic lesser-known vantage points for fights. Whilst some can be reached via tricky scramble climbs, Pathfinder can get to and from these with ease using his grappling hook, making him a terrific legend for ambushing. There is even a speed advantage when using the grappling hook to latch onto the ground or objects ahead of you to pull yourself forward. If you want to get somewhere, then you want to get there fast. Loot waits for no robot. Oh, and you can grapple enemies. Oh yeah! The ultimate for the whole family to enjoy, Zipline Gun is another example of Pathfinder's unique, environmentally focused arsenal. When ready, Pathfinder can create a permanent point-to-point zipline that can be used by the whole team. This has a significantly further range than his grappling hook, meaning it is best used to swoop in on unsuspecting squads like the biggest trio of badasses this side of Kings Canyon. Yeehaw! The point it is fired from will determine one end, while the other will be highlighted in blue once it is in a suitable location. While there is an audio cue when activated, it is hard for enemy squads to detect. Even when they think they have a location locked down, a zipline out of nowhere is something that is incredibly hard to plan for. Zipline gun is one of the fastest charging ultimates in the game, so it's not one that needs ultimate accelerants or conservation. Half the time you might not even realize you have it. Thanks to this, your team has the option to even set up a conveyor system around an area to easily drop in and out of places. Just remember, enemies can use your zipline as well, so be careful. Use this to your advantage to create traps where you can. Pathfinder is a strong supporting legend who slots easily into any squad lineup. His passive makes it easy for your team to plan where they are going, and his ziplines make it even easier to get there. This means that often a heavy offensive squad works well alongside him. Bring Caustic into the mix to trap your ziplines with gas traps for any enemy that may try and follow, or have him drop in on an enemy compound unannounced to cause havoc before gracefully swinging out of there like a gassy Spider-Man. And a nod to Reddit for this one, why not just fool around with a Super Wraith and Pathfinder combo as we did here for the ultimate assault course. Just make sure you do this when no other teams are around, as it could prove a bit foolish. So that was some tips and tricks for Wraith and Pathfinder. Now of course, like, subscribe, and ding that bell because we're going to be releasing regular videos. Have a lovely day and I'll see you soon.